YouTube? It's Will from Metal Development. It's my 282nd weekly update. I just realized I've got on the roll of sort of just talking about my training, and I should have had it pulled up, but here we are. It's typical me. I tell you what, when there's these videos like these, where I don't really plan anything out, it's all very spontaneous. These are the things that happen. If you're not used to it by now, you may want to get used to it, because I doubt I'm going to change that very much without, a significant amount of, essentially complaining. It's about the only way I would probably change anything. So, here we are. Let's talk about the training this week. First thing to talk about is the fact that I did compete on Saturday at Orlando Strongman 2. It was a USS show, and I was in the under 220, so the lightweight men category. It was a very exciting show, very unique events. We had a stone press, we had a Husafell stone load for max weight. There was a planned car flip that ended up getting scrapped, pun intended. And there was a hammer hold, as well as a truck push. Now, I posted on my Instagram a comp breakdown. I probably will film a video Sunday talking about it, and I will release a separate video with just the footage. My plan is basically to put the footage out with a voiceover, and then put footage out as a weekly update, or a week of video, a 2 video, probably on Sunday, as a comp just footage video. Super excited because this is the first comp I've ever competed in where not only did I not zero the pressing event, I didn't zero a single event that we contested in. Like I said, they ended up canceling the car flip, which honestly, if they hadn't, I probably would have zeroed that event, because there were guys that were way stronger than me that were not able to get that car flipped. So odds are I would have had a hell of a time and potentially injured myself and probably not been able to do it, but by the time I was gifted the opportunity to do it, it was very late. I had a terrible night of sleep. I had about 4.5 hours total sleep. That was about an hour here, an hour there, an hour here, an hour there. I was getting over a cold that whole week, and I finally accepted this fact on about Tuesday of last week. And I'm still suffering some of the effects of this cold. I'm still very congested in my throat and chest area, but I'm not feeling as lethargic, and I'm able to catch a little more of my breath, but it's still definitely affecting me to a very minor extent, but it's almost over. I think in a couple weeks I will be 100% over the cold. But it did affect me negatively. Let's just put it that way. But like I said, I'll do a full meet recap on that, and I'll post that probably Sunday or sometime like that. We'll see. I'm not going to make that a set in stone thing, just because I've got a hell of a weekend going on this weekend. So depending on what happens here and there will dictate how much actually gets recorded and put onto the channel. But one way or another, there will be a meet recap videos for you guys. So along with all that footage, it will be posted here on YouTube for you. To this week, though, managed to get to, let's see, Monday, which was press day with log. Did a set of 9 at 140. Felt pretty good. Ended up doing some singles at 160, an easy single at 170. 180 just took me down for some reason. I think I was still beat up from the comp. And then almost cleaned 210. I wanted to clean it really bad. I need to remember to start bringing spare shirts on my pressing days, just so I have dry shirts, because it does affect a lot, especially when you're just practicing the clean. Having a wet shirt, it makes it very challenging. Day 2 was a squat day, and this was a PR day, a recent PR day for me. Hit 335 for 3 with amazing depth, no pain. This footage is all that I'm describing. A lot of this footage is going to be posted on Wednesday in the TWO video, the week of videos, 2 videos. So if you're interested in seeing any of the footage I'm talking about, a lot of it is going to be posted on those Wednesday videos that drop at about 1 a.m. Eastern. So super excited to be getting closer to where I was. I mean, 3 at 335 puts my projected 1 rep max around somewhere around 360. My goal is to be back to where I was by the end of the year, so squatting 400 plus by the end of the year. I'm progressing very steadily towards that goal. It's quite challenging, but I'm trying to do it in a way where I'm not going to hurt myself again. I would rather the weights not be there, but I not be injured. So doing a lot of variation squats when I'm not doing my testing weeks. So all high bar work or safety squat bar work, just different variations of squats. And then on my test weeks, I'm actually doing the flats with a low bar squat. And so far, this is working great. The transference is working great. And I think my overall strength is going back up too, which is great to see. Let's see. Second press day on Thursday. Worked up to a single of 185. Clean was a little rough because, again, wet shirt. But when I finally had it in the rack position, that 185, it flew up. It was actually easier than my my set of 5 at 175. I hit a set of, well, it was 4 and like 3/4. I just, that last rep, it was rough, and I kind of sat in the rack too long between rep 4 and 5. So technically 4, felt like 5. So it's still a PR, even 4 reps at 175. Like I said, that single at 185 flew right up, but cleaning that 195 was really, really challenging, and I went for it. I just missed it by just a little bit. My positioning was off all night, and I think a big part of it was I didn't do my, I didn't sort of, a lot of times before I press overhead, I'll take the dowel rod and I'll lay on a bench and I'll stretch out just to make sure that I'm open right here in that pectoral, pec minor, pec major region, and the shoulders are nice and open. But still hit all that, and then actually did some accessories for once. I haven't done accessories in a while. It's just been the way the training sessions have been going. Working on getting better at that, because I know the accessories are really what's going to work me better in a lot of these ways. And then tonight was no different, no accessories going on, but did do some fun stuff. Wanted to see where I was on a hub pinch, because I like grip stuff, and with zero training, walked in today, and in between my sets of deadlifts, managed to work up to 50 pounds on a hub pinch, which for just right out the gate, that's not bad, I don't think. Would like that number to go up, and I think it will. I think I have a pretty good base for grip strength, and definitely looking forward to that going up. Definitely looking forward. But as far as deadlifts, worked up to a set of 7 at 315. Now, in my head, I wanted to do like 340 for sevens, because I had done 335 for 9 not too long ago. But honestly, listening to my body this week, and I competed on Saturday. I felt beat up, and I know tomorrow is going to be a heavier day, training with a fellow competitor tomorrow. So it's going to be beating me up a lot, and I need to be healed back up for Monday's pressing session, because I believe Monday's going to be a very heavy pressing session for me. So, yeah, it's a 2 rep max testing phase for my press first thing in the morning. First thing on Monday, so I want to leave a little in the tank. It'd be nice to hit like a 190 log at least, and clean at least a 220 or 215. We'll see what happens tomorrow. God knows, I have this feeling on my pressing specifically. Oh yeah, so for real quick, my deadlift work ended up with a good set of 12 at 225, and then a set of 9 at 225 for my like AMRAP sets. Just like I said, and those were totally raw, double overhand. Nice, relatively easy work. Just getting the work in there, just to keep it all moving. Didn't want to push anything. Not injured. Would like to keep it that way. And the deadlift isn't. I'm not very concerned about that particular lift. I know I can hit the opener weight at the comp, so that's all I'm looking forward to or looking at. There, I'm not looking to. I am not a contender in that particular event. But anyway, like I said, trying to save a little bit of strength for tomorrow. In regards to pressing, that's the one thing I'm really, really, really pushing this whole block and this whole prep. And a big part of it's because I know once I break through that 200-pound mental barrier and weight barrier, I know the second I break through that, that my numbers are going to start flying up. I know once I can get past that, things will be easier and things will be better. It's just getting there. Because it's still a big part of it's mental, and I know once I break that 200, I know I'll be pushing a lot more. So, and that's going to be really soon. I can feel that 200 is going to be really soon. So, it is what it is. Working towards it. I think the only other thing I want to talk about this week is my videos a little bit, because last week I talked about how I don't take down old videos because I believe in showing growth, and I believe it's disingenuous to pretend that opinions I used to have didn't exist. I think that's disingenuous if you do that kind of stuff. I don't have a problem with going back to an older video and saying, hey, I was wrong about this thing, you know, and I've been shown new evidence that has changed my mind on it. I think that shows growth as a person, and I never begrudge people for doing that. All I ask for is consistency. You know, if one week you say, you know, the sky is blue, and then the next week you say it's green, I'll say, okay, you believe it's green. And then the following week you say, well, actually it's blue now. And, you know, you're flip-flopping like that. That's not what I'm condoning. I'm condoning, like, you know, you used to think trap bar deadlifts were useless, and now you, or hex bar deadlifts were useless, and now you believe that they're a legitimate alternative or training tool for the conventional deadlift, that kind of thing. I don't have a problem with that. That's growth to me. You know, that's you getting new evidence and seeing an alternative perspective. What would bother me is if you said, like, oh, you know, conventional deadlifts are the only kind of deadlifts, and you're wasting your time if you do hex bar deadlifts or sumo deadlifts or anything like that. And then the next week you said, well, actually doing all those variants is going to help. And then the following week, you know, that's what I mean. But, you know, the reason I bring up videos is because there was a comment left on one of my videos, and I'm trying to point this out in a way that doesn't make me sound like I'm calling anybody out or trying to be like bitchy or anything. I'm really not. I swear that's not my intent at all. I am okay with somebody calling me out on things, 100%. I would prefer a lot more engagement on my videos. If you have a problem with something I'm saying or you want to challenge me on something, please do. Let's have a discussion. What bothers me is if somebody calls me out on something, the person is blatantly wrong, and I explain to them that they're blatantly wrong, and then they're quiet. I'm not asking for anybody to humbly come back and say, hey, I was wrong, but, you know, I'm not going to hide it. This shit's public. You know, go back to it. I had a comment on a review I had done on Elite FTS's, quote, heavy knee sleeves. The name of the product is heavy knee sleeves. That's what they called them. And the person left a comment simply saying, misleading title. And, you know, it's all public there. I'm not embarrassed. Again, I'm not trying to be an asshole calling this person out or saying they're whatever, or, you know, and they don't owe me anything. They're not owed to say, you know, oh, you know, I was wrong, my bad. You know, I'm not owed that. I get that. But, you know, it just, all they said was misleading title. So I asked them how so. And they said, you said the ones you have are the normal ones and not the heavy duty ones. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because at 1 minute 47, I literally explain that the knee sleeves name is, quote, heavy knee sleeves, end quote. There is also a link in the description of this video that explains that the name of these knee sleeves is heavy knee sleeves, a link to the actual product. Before 1 minute 47, I was describing that they were a lighter knee sleeve, and I was referring to the neoprene knee sleeves as heavy-duty knee sleeves. The correct name, according to Elite FTS, they call them their PR sleeves, the neoprene sleeves. I believe they're 7 millimeter and 5 or 7. I'm not sure which one, but I know they're neoprene, and they call those PR sleeves. My point with all this is, if you have a problem with something I'm saying, I don't mind you calling me out. But if I explain to you and show you that you're wrong, all I ask is that you say, oh, okay, my bad, or, oh, okay, I got it. Or if I'm still wrong, explain why I'm still wrong. I don't like people that say something, proven wrong, and then just go hide under their desk. I don't like that. That bothers me. What also bothers me is the implication of the original comment. I have always been against and will always be against clickbait videos. The most clickbaity video I have ever made was, here's why your stone math is wrong. And the entire video series was about doing stone math and why you might be doing it wrong, and or how it was being done wrong by people I have met. I would never post a video saying, you know, it doesn't even make sense. It doesn't make sense. The implication bothers me because it's attacking my credibility and my integrity. And that's about the only thing that I've been trying to push for the last 4 years with these videos. Because beyond that, this is just like a training vlog for me, or a weekly vlog for me. So, again, I'm not trying to sound like a bitch or just, being like a whiny guy. I don't mean to come across that way. I'm just simply saying, if you have a problem with something, please, let's start a discussion. But don't start a discussion and then when you're proven wrong, go hide under your desk. Like, I don't understand the purpose of that. It doesn't make sense to me. Like, that's why I don't comment on a lot of things that I see, because normally I just don't have time to engage in a discussion. So if I don't have time to engage in a discussion, I won't comment. If I do, I do comment. You'll see if people, my friends on Facebook see, I'll comment on things here and there just because I'm willing to have a discussion there or have time to have a discussion. But it just I don't know. It's a silly thing, and maybe I'm just venting. Maybe I'm just maybe I'll come across as like just a whiny bitch. I don't know. That's not how I mean to come across. It's just like the original implication that I was like using a clickbait title bothers me because I've always been against them and I'll always be against them. And it bothers me that somebody would sort of like accuse me of that, be proven wrong, and then just say nothing. Like, even just like the comment, you know what I mean? Just like my reply. At least show me that you've seen this and you accept, like, oh, okay, I was mistaken. I don't give a shit. Like, prove me wrong. I don't care. Okay, I was wrong. Way to go. Okay? Let's move on with the new information and grow better as people. I don't like people that can't handle being wrong. Attack my ideas, not me. And I think that's part of it. These especially the review videos, I take pride in those. So it's like for somebody to sort of try to call me out and just be that wrong about it, and then just have no response. I don't know, it bothers me. Maybe I shouldn't even talk about this. Maybe it doesn't matter. I'm just venting. I don't care. You know what? I've made a statement earlier in the year that I wanted to put a little more personality into this, and this is part of my personality, where this is stuff that bothers me. Don't challenge my integrity when my integrity is not broken in a spot. I don't mind being challenged, but don't just walk away when I present a case to the contrary, prove you wrong. You know what I mean? It's like I said, it just, I think it just bothers me a lot because it was like they were attacking my integrity, the implication being clickbait. Like misleading title. Like, how is this misleading? The name of the product is heavy knee sleeves. I'm sorry Elite FTS uses strange naming conventions. In my opinion, I wouldn't have called those heavy knee sleeves. I would have called those like moderate knee sleeves or light knee sleeves, but that's what Elite FTS calls them. That's the name of the product. I can't help that. And again, man, like a minute 47 in, I explained the difference. And in the description, there is a link to the title page, to the product page titled Light. God damn it. It's titled Heavy Knee Sleeves. That's all there is to it. I'm not trying to come off as a bully or an asshole. It's just, this bothered me, obviously. I don't mind being challenged, but let's have a discussion, let's be civil about it. And then, at the end of it, let's admit when we're wrong. Or when we're right. That's all there is to it. And if you can't do that, then what's your excuse?